Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer taking a look at the DRF race of the day for Wednesday, September the 23rd. Let's throw up the field for race number 5 at Delaware Park, kicking off the late pick 4. It is a 5-furlong maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, and you can download free formulator past performances for this race with all of the pedigree and trainer information essential to handicap a race like this on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. We'll take the field in program number order, beginning with the number 1, Shackled Love, a first-time starter by Shackleford, who wins 11% with his 2-year-old debut runners. The dam was a stakes winner going a mile on the dirt.
Yeah, a stakes winning and place dam, whose first foal does have 3 wins to her credit. So there's a little pedigree here, Dan. He's coupled with a horse who has experience, who is probably going to take money. So you're not going to get a lot of value if you like Shackled Love in this race. But there are some things to like about this horse.
Let's take a look at his entry mate, the number 1A, Golden Gully, the only horse in the race with experience. This horse is by Golden Sense from a very precocious female family, and he ran a nice race in his debut. He took a lot of money. He's down towards the inside. It can be an intimidating place for an inexperienced youngster, and he forges right on through. The horse on the lead got the jump on him. He ran very well to be second, and if he builds off this effort, he's the one to beat.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he did some good things. It just felt like a really useful debut for this horse. He stumbled a little bit at the start, Dan. He wound up over on the inside behind the eventual winner there, who wired the field. And I thought he was very game through the stretch. He took a lot of dirt. He tried to come up the inside. He just couldn't quite get there, but he was well clear for second. I thought there was a lot to like about that debut. And his trainer, Gary Capuano, just has great numbers with horses like this, Dan. He's not great with first-time starters, just 2 for 32 with 2-year-old firsters and dirt sprints over the last 5 years. But with horses like this, 2-year-old maiden, second-time starter in dirt sprints, 9 for his last 17, Dan, 53%, 496 ROI.
Number 2 is Dynamic Day. He draws the inside post in here. He's by Carpe Diem, who wins 6% with 2-year-old debut runners. The dam won 8 races. This colt sold for $50,000 as a yearling, went down for $32,000 as a June 2-year-old. The dam's a half to a pretty quick stakes winning mare. Tappa, Tappa, Tappa could stretch her speed to middle distances.
There's a little bit of a pedigree here for a trainer who does win some races. Vernon Greaves doesn't have great numbers with his first-time starters. That he's just 0 for 14 over the last 5 years, so it's a very small sample, but this horse does have some pedigree.
Number 3 is Arrogant Man. This is a son of Sky Mesa, who wins 15% with 2-year-old debut runners. The dam won 6 races and over $200,000. Arrogant Man sold for $31,000 as a yearling, then went up to $40,000 as a 2-year-old in training. A lot of turf I noticed on the bottom of this pedigree.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of turf too. The dam seemed like a better turf horse, but she won on dirt also. So, we'll see what happens. Gerald Bennett's a very good trainer. I thought it was interesting when looking up his first-time starters, though, Dan, because he wins at a good percentage with them, especially his 2-year-olds. But it seems like he places them the right way, and that's why he wins so much. A lot of wins in maiden claiming races and not so many in maiden special weight races.
For My Candy Biz has some things to like. I think the source has speed in both sides of the pedigree by Fed Biz, 18% winners with 2-year-old debut runners. The dam was a stakes-placed router on a synthetic surface, but she has already foaled a 2-year-old stakes-winning dirt sprinter named Golden Candy. So this horse has a little bit of pedigree going on for a very high percentage trainer.
Yeah, I thought this horse had an interesting pedigree for a trainer who wins races and who also does a good job with his first-time starters. It is interesting to note that Pecoraro, his first-time starters that win, they get bet. So I would watch the board with this horse. If this horse takes money, he's probably live.
There are some things to like about the 5, High Limit Room. This is a son of Cantharos, very precocious stallion. 19% winners with 2-year-old debut runners. This is a New York bred who was a $25,000 short yearling, a $62,000 yearling, and a $90,000 2-year-old. So is sold up each and every time for a barn that does well across the board.
I like this trainer and I like this sire. I just didn't really see very much pedigree on the bottom of the pedigree, Dan. That's what bothered me a little bit. The dam went 0 for 5. All those races on turf, she just wasn't very good. And her first 2 foals are 0 for 14 combined.
Number 6 is Tapsational, another son of a precocious stallion. Tapager is very well with 2-year-old first-time starters, clicking at an 18% rate. The dam was unraced. This one sold for $55,000 as a March 2-year-old.
I mean, Temperature is a fine sire. I had to go way back in the family to find any horses that could really run, Dan. That sort of burned me a little bit, but we already talked about Bennett. He does a good job.
Royal Number, the number 7, is your morning line favorite at 5-2, going out for the always dangerous Mike Trombetta barn, a son of Palace Malice. 11% winners with 2-year-old debut runners. The dam was a multiple stakes winner. She has foaled a multiple stakes placed runner. It seems this horse is beginning to pick up the pace in his recent workouts.
Yeah, the workout line looks good. I like this horse's pedigree. Trombetta, he just does a good job with all of his horses. He's more than capable with a first-time starter. This horse is the favorite on the morning line, Dan. I don't know if I would be betting him as the favorite, but he seems very logical on this race.
Worth the money, the number 8. I wonder if this one might want a little more distance down the road by 2-time Breeders' Cup Classic winner Tisnow, who only clicks with 8% of his 2-year-old debut runners. The dam was a multiple stakes winner, but she won routing on turf and synthetic.
Yeah, this horse, I sort of just felt like the pedigree might suggest it would want more distance. We'll see what happens here. McLean Robinson does really good work with his first-time starters. He knows how far this race was carded for. It's 5 furlongs, and he entered him in here, so maybe he thinks he's going to be fine here. I just wanted to wait and see what he does with a little more ground.
And completing the fields, the 9, Battle of the Nile, a bargain, a purchase by American Pharaoh, only sold for $15,000 as a 2-year-old in training. Pharaoh wins 14% with 2-year-old debut runners. This has been a very productive dam. She's thrown several black type earners, including a grade 1 placed router named She's a Warrior, a multiple grade 2 placed router, Victory Pete. I think it's a very interesting work tab. Bullet workout going 6 furlongs out of the gate for a shrewd trainer.
It's interesting that he worked this horse 6 furlongs for a debut at 5. We'll see. I don't know if that means anything or not, Dan. I really like Danny Velasquez, though. He does a great job, and this horse does have some pedigree.
Let's take a look at our top picks to kick off the pick 4 at Delaware Park on Wednesday. The horse to beat is the 1A Golden Gully, the only horse with experience. It's a huge advantage, and I would expect a little more speed this time around. I think if you get the 7-2, Mike, on the morning line, you're supposed to take it, right?
Oh, yeah, 7-2. I don't think you're going to be able to get it, but if you can, I think that's probably value on this horse. It felt like a very useful debut again, and he stumbled a little bit there. If he breaks better this time, he might show a lot more speed.
I'd have to use that horse in the pick 4. I think Royal Number is a little bit interesting for the Trombetta barn. Last couple of workouts, quick. Looks like this horse is rounding into form. The 9, the American Pharaoh first-time starter, is a little bit of pedigree. I wonder if Battle of the Nile is kind of the value play for me in here. I'm going 7-9, 1A and 3. Mike's going 1A, 7-9, 5. And race number 5 at Delaware Park on Wednesday with an approximate post time of 3 o'clock Eastern. Best of luck.